Finally, we had a chance to watch The Imitation Game, which is a movie that's been nominated for a lot of stuff. It has the Oscar buzz going on. And it finally came around to our town. The Imitation Game starring Benedict Cumberbatch, Keira Knightley, Mark Strong, Matthew Good, and Charles Dance.
Yeah, and if you don't know, Alan Turing, he was an English mathematician. He's pretty much like the forefather of the modern computer.
Yeah, the movie really follows what he had to do when World War II.
Yeah, they're trying to crack the Enigma code, which is a very complicated encryption the Germans would use to kind of send messages to each other, without the Allies knowing what they were saying. And the movie is basically about, the most brilliant minds of the time, and they try to crack this code.
I like that it touched on, I know that I can do this, but you guys don't believe me because no one has done it before. But I know I'm the one that needs to do it first.
Yeah, like that was kind of a big theme of the movie. Like finding out things about yourself that you didn't know you can do and that nobody else thinks you can do, and then doing them.
All the performances of the movie are amazing. Like Benedict Cumberbatch, he's at the height of his powers in this movie.
Yeah, because the characterization he did in this movie, his little mouth movements and everything. He could have very easily have just, phoned it in and just did Sherlock for the whole
Yeah,
movie.
that's one of the, before watching this movie, I was concerned that he was going to be...
because he was playing another genius type of guy.
Yeah, I was concerned he was going to be just Sherlock Holmes again, but he really did create another character, even though, Sherlock Holmes and this guy, both they're geniuses. Yeah. But you can tell he really created a whole different person.
This is going to probably seem insulting to Benedict Cumberbatch and Alan Turing, but yeah, he almost kind of reminded me of Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. He's like the smartest guy in the room and he knows it. It was handled a lot better because at the beginning you're kind of like, oh, this guy's kind of a dick, But then, you, as with the other characters in the movie, he starts to get more likable. But the fact that you kind of didn't like him at the beginning didn't really detract from the character, You kind of had to not like him so you could like him later.
He deserves the Oscar nomination.
Oh yeah, he does. But Keira Knightley was also another, not really surprising because she's never really bad.
Yeah, she's never really bad. It's just that I was surprised to see her being this good.
She did a supporting role, but her character was very memorable and she did really play a pivotal role in the movie.
You know who else is awesome? Mark Strong.
Mark Strong.
Dude, that guy should be in more movies.
When you see him come on, you're not like, oh, this guy. You're like, oh shit,
Mark Strong is awesome.
Yeah, stuff's gonna go down now, and he was really good. Even though his character's only not in the movie for that long. He comes in periodically, but every time he does, any scene he's in, it's not an action scene, but just the conversations that are going on are action-packed conversations.
He kind of reminded me of his character in Serial Dark 30,
And Charles Dance reprises his role of Tywin Lannister. If you saw him in Game of Thrones, you kind of know what to expect from him, which is he's not a bad thing, because he plays it so well that he's kind of, the same kind of authority. But he does a good job of portraying that kind of character.
Another thing I want to say that I really liked about this movie is how this movie takes place on 3 different timelines. There gets to a point where the movie alternates a lot between these 3 timelines, but you don't even need to be reminded of what timeline is which, because each timeline has its own subtle but visual style.
Yeah, like lighting differences and even cinematography is different.
You don't need text because each timeline style it's unique.
And the kid who plays Alan Turing when he's young, he did a very good job. Sometimes child actors, they get a bad rap, but this kid, he kind of conveyed the intensity that Benedict Cumberbatch has, and the kid did a really good job.
Also, another thing the movie did really well is it touched on how hard it was for homosexuals back then on Britain.
Yeah, because back then, I don't know if you know, but back then it was against the law. You could go to prison if you were homosexual, and that not only in his personal life, but for his career, it was very threatening. If somebody would have found out about it.
If you know a little bit about Alan Turing, he was homosexual.
Yeah.
Really, this movie touches on how hard it was for him. It wasn't now where you just come out of gay and no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
And you will get chemical castrated for something like that, and it really touches on what that can do to a person. The only negative I have, which is really not a negative, because there's nothing I didn't like about this
it's just
movie.
Certain movies have this quality to them.
It's a very good movie. It's a very well acted movie. It definitely deserves everything that it's getting nominated for. but it's not a movie that I'm going to really want to watch again.
It's not a movie you take out the Blu-ray on a Saturday night and curl up and watch it. It's a movie where you watch it for what it has to say and the performances and everything. But yeah, that's the only bad thing I have to say about it.
We both are gonna give the movie a 4.5 little hats out of 5. If you've seen the movie, you understand the reference. By the way, we watched Whiplash already, and if you guys want to know what we thought about that movie, click the annotation somewhere around here.
Alright, well this has been Victor and Jose, Reinventing the Reel. As always, rate, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.